prepare. You know that you're prepared for that. You must have prepared for that.
You've given them rope to hang.
Yeah, exactly. You aren't letting them take Oracle and Troll and then, what are we gonna do now? You know, you've seen them do it, and you just act accordingly.
And you really think that that draft that they had was the perfect response to Oracle Troll? It seemed that way, but it's not, right?
It's just the way they played it. I think. I don't think they necessarily had the perfect draft versus a Troll. When you see a Terrorblade picked into it, maybe something has changed. I mean, Dota is... Why I love this game so much is because there's so many different ways to play it. You can never say someone is wrong. Even when Kyle is on the panel, I know we make jokes about him and all of this stuff, but most of what he says is right, you know, because...
It can be played that way.
It can be played that way. Everyone has his own idea. And if you execute that idea well, and if you believe in that idea, it's going to work.
Damn right, you better butter him up. Okay, Reddit's got his back these days. You don't back him up, you end up like me. But, Bane! I was talking about this earlier today. No one is picking this at all. We're actually going to get to see a Bane game for what feels like the first time in a long ass time.
That's your...
Is this a Pango response?
But they're overdoing it again. You first pick Pango.
You still want to say that? You still want to say that after last game?
I think this looks very much like the first match. I think this is actually a very sharp contrast. Like it's an overkill. Not only an overkill because you're countering Pango with 2 heroes. It's an overkill because that's a Bane into a Rubik that's left. It's a perfect Rubik game right now.
If
whatever
you
steal,
grip, good lord.
Grip, even Dream Coil, whatever you steal in this game, it's awesome.
But you know what's good with Bane about the hero is that now it hasn't been played for a long time, and it's a hero that can actually set up for so many ganks. If you have a carry that's kind of split pushing or somewhere alone on the map, the Bane TPs, he sleeps him, and the hero is just dead, right? So that might be something that we'll see from the Bane, not necessarily only being the counter for the Pango, but actually doing something more inside of a game.
Yeah, it prevents some heroes with built-in BKBs from being picked up as well. They go with their PL. I actually love this the most from Adroit. It's something that they have won before as well. Well, not super easily, but they have won versus TNC with PL. They won one of these games with PL too. It's when you give their carry, when you give Natsumi this win condition, and you give your midder a good playmaking hero. I think that's when they work the best. You don't give your midder some objective taker. You don't give him your dead profits or whatever. I think it's much better. They work much better with these elusive, you know, like flashy midders and your classic carries.
Yeah, and of course Shadow Demon, we were talking about it before. We thought it was an underrated pick. Okay. One thing that is boggling my mind right now outside this, I don't know, maybe it's just like the echoings of what Fogged always thinks. I was wondering if maybe we see something like an ET coming out to couple with the Bane, make sure it doesn't get countered.
By the way, Shadow Demon looks amazing. Sorry, but just because of the disruption versus Bane and versus PL as well, you'll always be able to use his illusions against him. And now they pick also a Centaur into the Shadow Demon. And now you have a Lash versus the PL. Yeah.
This is actually reminiscent of the first game. I like both teams' drafts. Like, I like what heroes they're picking, and I just don't want to see Adroit making a mistake with their last pick, like they did in that first game. So I would like them to. Do they have? Oh, they actually have last pick, right? Yeah.
They can pick their mid as the last pick and just put the puck on 4. I think that's an option for them.
Yeah, but they have the last pick. So in the first game, they didn't have the last pick, and they picked the DP, got countered. This time around, they have the last pick, talked about it, they know how to counter heroes, so this might be actually them winning the draft, because at this point, it's kind of even, maybe a little bit going into Geek Fam's favor, but that's only because they had the 2 responsive picks, right?
That's an interesting matchup in that situation, right? When you think about it, this team, we keep talking about how fixated they are on counter picks. If they do have that final pick, it's obviously a good advantage, but it'd be fair to say every time they haven't,
but
they've had to just outplay their opponents or do some magical laning.
I think they're outplaying them right now or next leveling them because they ban out the TA and they have puck picked. This is basically making Geek Fam just think a lot, and you can see that they're burning through their reserve time, thinking what to ban. In the end, they banned the OD, but this TA was basically Adroit saying puck is gonna be our mid, right? They're trying to mess with their heads a little bit.
But do you still feel like the TA is that much of a counter, at least in the laning phase to the puck.
Yeah,
You
it is.
feel
It
it is?
really is. Yeah, it's very strong there.
I kind of feel like when Kunkka, they actually have a lot to deal with this PL. Does this mean that you really need a hero that's actually gonna be stronger in the later stages of the game? I don't see this PL being as strong as the one in game 2, right? Because
it's countered heavily.
Yeah.
It's countered heavily by multiple heroes.
It feels like they tried
What's
to
their
end the
third
game.
core? I didn't see. They have a Pango as well. So
Yeah, they have a
Lesh,
Yeah.
Kunkka, and Pango.
That's
like,
fast.
That's very fast, but that also puts you on a timer. Like eventually, these 3 cores are going to fall off for Geek fam, and if Adroit pick another semi-core right now, I think they can scale much better than Geek fam. They go with the
Oh.
right.
Again, another core
opposite
dazzle?
direction, I guess.
Maybe it's a mid dazzle against the Kunkka. It actually works quite well.
Yeah, because he's melee, and you
Yeah.
have Poison Touch to always spam in Shadow Wave as well. Maybe the new Aghanim's Dazzle.
Are we
Maybe
gonna
we'll see
see
it.
Yeah, plus they have a puck to actually keep the targets in place. I'd actually like to see that. Though I still don't know if this PL can get Manta Diffusal in time to complement the Dazzle being strong like first 25-30 minutes of the
Probably
game.
not. Probably not. If they play around Dazzle, they'll play as 4, and then later on PL comes. But the problem is, once he does get there, you're playing into Lesh and Kunkka, and those 2 heroes are very strong versus you. So their position 1 is countered, but maybe they'll do something wonky around their lanes.
Remember last game, they had incredibly strong lanes. This game, they have a Bane and the PL on one side lane, and possibly a Puck Centaur or a Dazzle Centaur on the other side lane. I feel like their side lanes are going to go really well, and they might be able to snowball out of control if the PL gets the necessary items.
Okay. So where's the most important lane for Geek fam, do you think? Like, what's the one that really has to pop off? Is the Kunkka the glue that brings it all together?
I feel like the Shadow Demon Lash lane has to do well.
Shadow Demon Lash should be their safe lane. You're playing into Centaur and Puck, right? It shouldn't be too difficult for them to do well, but also it's a Lash on the side lane, so you have to play around your stun with the Shadow Demon. We'll see about that lane. I think Pango and Rubik as well can pressure PL quite heavily. It's kind of the same situation like with the Troll lane.
All right, so mainly a contest for the side lanes here, and it'll be an important one for Geek fans to contest if they want to keep this going and stand a chance of winning. Game 4 is ready to get underway. Take it away, Nomad and Kips.
Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, an exciting game 4 here, I think. I'm interested to see what they're going to do here. Excited at the prospect of a Dazzle Ags. Kips, do you think it's likely?
I think so, yeah. I am excited to see Kunkka Lesh, which is actually a team's secret favorite combination. Those 2 go so well together, with the Lesh standing in the middle of the team fight, dealing out all of the damage, and taking no damage in return because of the boat. And I would like to ask the panel as well to pay a little bit of attention to which heroes are going well, because Kay had already selected his Lashrak while they were talking about the Lashrak safe lane, and they also said that the Kunkka was going to feel countered in mid against the Dazzle, so of course this Lash is going to go mid against the Dazzle instead.
Absolutely, yeah. So he's going to be rocking it up there. Meanwhile, over in the other side of the map, they're going to be taking this outpost. Why do teams do this? It seems always quite unnecessary to take the outpost. It's just like, is it sending a message, or are you just kind of forcing them to do something?
You're sending a message, you're feeling strong, you're claiming this territory up here. There is some possibility of TPing towards this early, as well as that you can maybe get some vision out of it, but it's... Honestly, for functionality, no, it's mostly, we are here playing.
Don't forget, guys, subscribe to Cuckoo's YouTube channel, guys. That shout out in the old chat. I bet he doesn't even have one. I bet he's just messing with us, that naughty boy. Alrighty, let's get into game number 4 between these 2 teams. And yeah, I mean, I'm torn. I'm just going to be completely biased and say I want Dazzle to win this one. I want him to get Ags. I want him to smash people. I want to run at them with like Desolator and all sorts of stuff and crits and just be naughty about it. And let's see what kind of time he's going to have in this middle lane versus the Leshrac.
I want to see that as well.
Yeah.
Also, I have just been informed that I need to take the shade a notch down because apparently in the studio they can't see which players are on which heroes. So my apologies to the analyst desk there. I'm being very unfair.
I was gonna I just wanted to stir the pot. I'll be real. I just wanted the drama, you know. Like I'm here in the middle, the innocent guy, watching you guys. No, but no, they cannot see picks. It's lovely, lovely studio, but that is something they can't see. So, Geek fam up in the top lane, Cuckoo and Zephyr rocking up versus Natsumi and the Bane. This feels like it should be a pretty safe lane for the for Adroit here. I don't really feel like this this PL is going to get pressured.
Not a lot. No, like it depends a little bit on how well this Bane plays the lane as well. Like one of the problems with Bane is his incredibly short cast ranges, and Cuckoo and Zephyr definitely have the option here to just stay out of his range basically. And yeah, Sion's just going to try to get the pull through here, but Zephyr snatching away those creeps.
Yoink. Yeah, being annoying. Meanwhile, Boomy's going to find himself a cheeky little courier. So the state of lanes right now definitely looking pretty alright for the Leshrac mid as he's off to a decent start. We'll see how Raven does on this carry Kunkka down in the bottom lane. So far, so good. What kind of item build are we expecting here?
Out of the Kunkka, honestly, I can't say that I'm incredibly up to date with.
Carl,
safe
he's going to get
Kunkka.
brought down. They managed to find him. Mac managed to grab him. That's the poison touch, and that is the magic of the mid dazzle. Chasing heroes down. You have no escape. You have no counterplay. You are just gonna die.
I was surprised to see Kay so far forward there, but since you switched bot lane, I was like, yeah, you know, I guess he's out. But nope. That's a lot of tempo going towards the dazzle. Depending on how good of a lane the PL has as well, we could be seeing some incredible heal bombs coming out from this combination in the mid game as well. I always love seeing that.
True. Doppelganger into Shadow Wave is a bit of a tasty combination. Meanwhile, down the bottom, Whitemon's in some trouble. Not sure he's getting out of this one. Boomy with the rotation finds himself the kill. Meanwhile, they look over towards Raven as well. Raven being run down a little bit, but not quite gonna put any threat onto the Kunkka. He's very, very healthy. They've used all their spells. Well, Cuckoo put sleep up at top.
Raven's cool. We've said it time and time again, but he's okay with being under pressure. He just wants his levels. He'll come back, and it really is down to these other two lanes. And I gotta say, normally I would really say Geek Fam can get out of this, but after the laning stages in the previous two games, I am a bit less sure.
Yeah, it's looking like a decent start for Adroit here, as they seem to have pretty good control across every lane except maybe this. So even the bottom lane's looking good. I'll be real with you. It's not looking good across the map so far. Again, Adroit seems to be caught out in this laning phase. Meanwhile, Cuckoo drops pretty low here. Natsumi is chasing, trying to do his best, but the one going to help Cuckoo out and keep him nice and healthy and stop any threat coming out from Adroit.
I'm interested in seeing this this support puck play as well. It was a perfect puck game last time around, because if you played as a core, even though you've had some nerfs to your laning strength, you know, you can buy some null talismans, you can get over that. But as a support, your contribution really...
He used the orb. He's in some trouble. Gonna heal up nicely here with the wand, but Raven's still chasing. He's not done with his puck, but maybe he should be. Boom, he's still pretty fast. Meanwhile, Stomp comes down onto Whiteman here. Bot getting off plenty of damage, trying to block him up as well, and can do so nicely. Oh, nice. Really nice. Wow. Geek Fam. They find the cheeky pickoff onto Boomy there by just kind of comboing both their spells with the Kunkka and with Whiteman with a couple of poisons. Very nicely done.
They really needed that
heads
last extra touch of damage.
Yeah, meanwhile, Zephyr, they're fighting over the bouncy rune. Is getting down and dirty up on the top lane. Zephyr getting low, but he gets off the lift to try and buy himself the space to get out of this one. Now, Zumi's still chasing, though. He's trying to juke him around by coming down into the low ground, playing with the Nightmare a little bit here. Zephyr will be okay, though. There is no more chase. There's no mana left on the side of CML. Meanwhile, down at bottom, Whiteman does go down. Zephyr looking low here as CML trying to trade, but I'm not sure this is a play, CML.
No.
Adroit, they're going to lose another. Up on the top lane, CML loses his life. But yeah, meanwhile, down at the bottom, we have the Shadow Demon going down at the very least. So Adroit, they find the trade across the map, I suppose, but yeah, this... I don't know, interesting bottom lane, all things considered. I think Geek Fam are perfectly happy with how this one's going.
Yes, and you don't mind at all if the Shadow Demon gets behind a little bit. He can recover with some stacks as well, just by being an accessory to some ganks. Whereas Raven, Kunkka really loves his levels. He wants to get the Tidebringer up as fast as possible. You want to get that Ghost ship to enable your mid Leshrac as fast as possible. So him getting a couple of extra levels over his support is no big deal and might in fact be a favorable situation.
Very well could be the case. Meanwhile, Carl, once again, being chased to the ends of the earth by Mac. He's got no chill in this middle lane. He's an angry dog. He's chasing down the enemy.
Well, that's the fun part, isn't it? Because every time we look at the mid lane, we see Mac chasing after this Disco Pony, but as it turns out, Kay actually has the higher CS.
Yeah, true. Mac's done a lot of chasing, but not a lot of hitting. Meanwhile, down in the bottom lane. I mean, these fights look so awkward. It looks like Geek Fam are about to open up onto Boomy, onto Bok, but they're able to just kind of edge themselves out of this each time, so a lot of spells being cast. Meanwhile, Pastry and Leshrac. Is there anything more scary? Not right now for Natsumi. He is very scared. They lift him back into Carl, and he gets the kill from being asleep. Literally killed him in his sleep. Disgusting. Yeah, Carl.
You want as a Lesh, and Boomy is actually making his way over to mid there. I hope. Has to weigh him up.
Down in the bottom lane, though, they find the boat torrent combination, and with a cute little Tidebringer, they'll be able to put an end to Bok's life. And with this catapult wave pushing in, they're going to get a decent amount of damage off from the tower if no one comes to defend this one. Boomy is here, but immediately gets a whole bunch of his health cleaved away here. Now he's going to have to rely on the orb, but Raven was never really planning on doing it anyway. He's just trying to bait him out, force him away, keep him in the trees, and keep control of this wave as they get as much damage out of that catapult as possible. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, Cuckoo being chased a little bit here. CML dancing with Zephyr. It is messy up here. Phantom Lancer on 40 with 3 CS. Meanwhile, Cuckoo sitting with 35 and 7. So quite a close lane up in the top. When you factor the kills into it, I think it goes a little bit Geek Fam favored, perhaps. Looking at the net worths, yeah, it's neck and neck. I mean, look at all these guys. We've got about 5 heroes, all within 2,000 gold of each other. A very close laning phase here. Only person sticking their head out above the rest is Raven on this Kunkka, who's having a fantastic time at bottom. He's controlled up the lane, got himself a couple of kills, and is enjoying life. He's living the good life.
And the laning stage is definitely breaking down now. Kay is on top again. The Nightmare got taken off of him, so he's just chasing CML down right now.
Yeah, this is an easy one. Yeah, Enfeebled doesn't really do much to a Leshrac. He's pretty fine with that. And even with the 4 points, in fact, in the
Bok has an invis. Is he going to get this?
He's going for it right now. Carl, does he have a counterplay? Does he have a way out of this? All he can do is juke. He's trying his best, but meanwhile in the middle lanes, Whitemon's going to get dropped. Meanwhile back to the top. They are not able to find this kill here as Bok's nice and healthy. Still trying to look at Carl here, but meanwhile the tower's just going to go down, and Carl actually finds it. Meanwhile, CML, he's can maybe go for the sleep play here, but I don't know, this is awkward. Adroit are just getting played a little bit up in the top lane. A lot of time wasted. The tower gone into the hands of Geek Fam as well. Meanwhile, that bottom tower is still healthy and standing. They didn't find a trade here, and this is a bit of a misstep, I think, from Adroit.
Well, it's pretty hard. Like, you're hoping you can chase that Leshrac down. He is so low, but he is also so fast. And right now, 3 heroes chasing after Cuckoo. I don't think they're actually gonna get him though. He still has his ult available. And
yeah, no, he's a pretty hard hero to kill. Meanwhile, Storm comes down to Zephyr, but they're going to respond with the Rolling Thunder. Rolling through Bok, rolling through CML, bouncing off the rocks nicely, just controlling our Bok here. But Bok, he's got plenty of health to work with still, but well, no, he doesn't anymore. Not when Whitemon pops him like that. Bok's going to die. Mac going to die in mid lane meanwhile, and now CML could just lose his life on top of them. Yeah, Geek Fam, they are tearing him up. I mean, Carl does go down, but in the whole big scheme of things, again, Geek Fam, feeling great, feeling lovely. Meanwhile, Boomy, he's got the counterplay. It's all good. Really hard hero to catch in this game.
These stacks are counting up. All right, I don't think Whitemon can chase him anymore. But
you got to give him credit for trying, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. You got to get that puck out of there. And I think we're actually going to see a big clash in the mid lane now. Safe line towers have been traded. Geek Fam's feeling strong. Raven's got 2 braces up, and he is so durable right now.
They have another banishment onto the Bane. They're going to try and pop the Stampede to try and help him get out of here. He pops a Nightmare trying to run away, but there's too much damage coming out from everybody. They've got so much to throw down onto anybody they catch. With these disruptions, you know, you've got the Torrent, you've got the Swashbuckle, you've got the Split Earth as well. So much to throw into it. Meanwhile, Bok is able to run himself away. Does Indiana Jones a bit with Cuckoo, does eventually get hit, but it's all good. He's under the safety of his tier 2 tower, but it doesn't change the fact they've lost their mid. This is a team with the Dazzle and mid, by the way, dropping tower after tower, mid and top now gone, and all they've managed to take is bottom tower in response for it.
Well, but you gotta realize that Geek Fam is 5-manning for these towers, and that does mean that Natsumi gets some much-needed space to get back up again.
Yeah, this PL, he's given a bit of room to breathe, which Adroit desperately needed.
Let's see, there's actually going to be a Yules into Boosted Travel on the Leshrac, so yeah, this is the ultimate aggression build basically. He's going to get some mana regen and some solo kill potential, and then after that he's going to be able to be anywhere he wants to be. Raven is going for the Sacred Relic, so he's going to have a Radiance up. Not only is
Demonic
that a great
Purge.
item,
On the Bane, Brain Sap not going to help him out much here as he's killed off in the river. Trying to get some wards down, get some vision, and kind of play around a bit, so not too surprised about himself falling there. Meanwhile, Boomy, this would be a bit of a bigger kill here, and oh my goodness! Cuckoo taking chunks, and oh dear, Boomy. Oh god, that was nope. Okay. Yeah, look away, Karen. We didn't need to see that. Boomy with a questionable usage of just about all of his spells there.
Should I talk about Raven's item build some more?
Yes, yeah, please do. Please, anything.
For real though, I couldn't actually see the icon of the Bane there just because he was in between 3 Radiant heroes all that time. I didn't even know there was
a Bane sandwich.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Tasty. I've had breakfast, so this doesn't bother me more now.
I had a banana and chocolate croissant, which is interesting. It's pretty nice though. I did enjoy it. I'll eat anything. Meanwhile, Mac in a bit of trouble up here. Has he got the Shallow Grave? He does not. He's just going to drop. My god. Mac is destroying the enemy mid laner. And meanwhile, Cuckoo, he's having troubles of his own. Boomy's on top, along with Natsumi. Whitemon's going to try and come in with a save with disruption. Bok's making his way forward. Doesn't manage to get off the storm. And now Cuckoo running towards the trees. And it's looking like it's game over for Adroit on this kill, at least. It's a really awkward... Oh, okay, they're not done. Never mind. Cuckoo's just going to rip off the Band-Aid as quickly as possible and get himself across to the trees, trying to go with the Rolling Thunder. They need some right clicks coming in, but unfortunately, the stuns are out, and Cuckoo's just got to roll himself away. Peace out. See you later. I gotta ask, I mean, what is this Dazzle achieving in this game? Because it's feeling like not a whole lot.
He needs to play together with the PL at this point, which is kind of awkward to say, but he can't be the solo core over another lane. He just gets run down by this Leshrac. It's faster, he outputs more damage, and...
Yeah, okay, alright, he's... I think someone needs to, you know, give Boomy a cuddle, or something. Well, definitely not a cuddle right now, actually. Across the room high five or something like that, because... He's having a couple of issues on this puck, you know. The orb not quite making it down to the low ground, yeah. Maybe he needs a breakfast. but
yeah. One of the issues you're seeing here is that the lineup of Adroit doesn't naturally play across the map very well. They want a hero on the other side of the map to push out waves, and naturally that's going to be Mac, but he's not actually durable enough. Because you want to center off map ideally, so he can storm in, and then the PL sits on the opposite side of the map. He farms up there. You have some heroes sitting behind him to save him or to make kills happen around him. But their heroes are not really suited to that. And it's much easier for Geek Fam, who have easy wave out push on all of their cores. They also have this Rubik who zaps down waves with ease. And it makes the map play so much easier for them. They can just march up like this. All their waves are out.
All things considered, it's a long way up for Adroit here. At the same time, though, you know, this is what Geek Fam's draft has to do, right? Like, they've got a Conquer and a Leshrac, so the fact that they're 1k up at 50 minutes should not be a surprise. In fact, it could even be a little bit more, but now is the time when they come alive. They are looking to put some pressure now onto Adroit's buildings and see if they can get a response out of them. If not, they're going to try and take as many objectives as they can in this power spike. This Radiance is on its way. And this is serious fear now for Adroit that Geek fam are just really big.
This is not a narrow window. Like, normally when you see drafts like this, it's like, alright, they gotta really make things happen from, let's say, 15 minutes to 25 minutes, but they can easily take this to 35, 40, if they itemize for the long haul. And with this, Radiance, especially Raven, is ready for it. They can afford themselves some time to play this one out correctly, instead of having to hurry, being afraid of this PL getting out of control, who's actually building a hood right now, because he knows he's going to have to sustain through a very long window here. And there's so much magic damage coming out from his enemy team if he wants to be able to fight. And he's going to have to, earlier than he wants to, he's going to have to stay alive. So yes, completely agree with that pick up there.
I'm concerned actually for this PL. You know, at what point does he have enough health to actually come into these fights and do what he wants to do? Because you're looking at a Leshrac and you're looking at a Radiance now as well. Even the Fade Bolt, even the Swashbuckle, just about everything on the side of Geek fam. Even if Whitemon gets some of his own illusions to fight back into him, there's so much that they can use to throw back at him. It's a rough Phantom Lancer game.
Yep, I think that with touching on Whitemon, you get the right idea here, because even if you get a heart, Whitemon is still going to be a problem. And K is actually in, he's found a Centaur. They're going to try to lock him down here, but he jukes out Cuckoo.
Cheeky, playing it. Unfortunately, he's got the Demonic Purge onto him, so he's now a very slow Centaur, but still, he manages to dodge out the entirety of the Rolling Thunder, and now gets a stomp off onto Cuckoo. Unfortunately, I think he's playing with borrowed time right now as he runs himself away, but Geek fam, they're going to be able to run him down fairly easily. Does make it take a very long time, which means they can't transition it into any further kills, but they can definitely transition it into a middle tier 2 tower. It seems what they're looking for right now. Grab maybe the PL, but I mean, that's not really happening. They use the torrent to try and search for the extra one, but he's already gone. PL's not going to be sticking around. Zephyr finding a nice pickup on the Shadow Wave as well. Give him a little bit more wave clip.
There is a light point here for Adroit though. During all of that, they only lost the Centaur, which is okay, but it was Boomy who pushed down the top tier 1 tower, and he's got a fair bit of money put towards that Blink Dagger now as well. And once he's got the Blink and he starts aiming those Dream Coils right, it's going to be very hard for Cuckoo to run around this team fight, as well as actually for the Leshrac, who we've seen really thrives on being that fast damage source that creates chaos.
Oops, so, meanwhile, we find ourselves a little CML in the jungle, trying to get some wards down, a bit of warding game. Sometimes results in death. It's a natural life, but this isn't good. This isn't good at all. Boomy getting caught out by Kale. And
oh no.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
It's like, I wasn't talking about that Blink Dagger for nothing, Boomy. You know it, I know it. You gotta get that thing up if you want to be able to fight.
Getting tugged down in the middle lane now. Demonic Purge means he just cannot get away. He just can't escape. There's nothing he can do. Geek fam, they run down 3 heroes across all sides of the map right now, and now they really will open up on this middle tier 2 tower. Nothing to stop them just pounding away at this one, and they will reduce it to dust, to atoms.
Now look at the uptimes on this lineup. They can just fight anytime. There's a coil, but it's only on Raven. He's pretty much the worst target.
Yeah, they're even going to throw down the Fiend's Grip onto him, but it's actually stolen by the Rubik, and now with the Rolling Thunder coming on, ripping through here, Max in trouble. They're going to run down CML, and Adroit, they do not have anything to give to this fight. They lose Mac, and meanwhile they're even finding Cuckoo on the sidelines here. Sorry, Boomy on the sidelines. Boomy trying to play with Cuckoo a bit, but yeah, the hunter becomes a hunted as, oh, okay, Stampede, fine, get that man out of there. But yeah, I mean, PL dies in the middle of that fight, makes it horrible for Adroit. They're putting everything behind this PL right now. What is this I mean, I don't know how many more times I can ask the question, but what is Dazzle doing? Where is he? What is his presence in this game? You know, if I couldn't see the net worth chart at this stage, I would genuinely think they've picked 3 supports, because I have no idea what this Dazzle has been. Is that harsh?
A little bit. I think it's hard for him to function in this lineup mostly, because Dazzle really does not like being the front line. He wants to be that force empowering everyone else. With those low cooldowns, with that extra minus armor, he is in that sense definitely a supporting core. Oh no, Boomy.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, space created, is that applicable?
Yeah, I mean, space bought. I think we should phase out space created by now. You're always buying space.
True, that's paying a cost. My life. My life. My life for some space.
And it's it also gives you the idea that a feed with purpose is like useful. You just have to ask yourself if you're trading for the right price.
Yeah, these are desperate times for Adroit. They'll take just about any deal they can get right now if they can buy just seconds more in this game for their Phantom Lancer to come online and do something. But again, we've stressed how bad a PL game this really is now with these swap-outs with the Conqueror as the core, finding the Radiance, and now Carl sees a Centaur. Yeah, Stump comes out. Raven's here as well. Torrent to follow. They've just got everything to control him up and bring him down, and there is no chance for the Centaur to do anything about this. But, you know, it's a kill on the enemy side of the map. Can't really transition it into much. Blah, 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 but, you know, it's still a 7k gold advantage, and it is just getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and one of the problems is that even though it's a kill on the enemy side of the map, especially K is so fast that he is not really out of position if he teleports anywhere. Look at that pony go. He's across the map in 20 seconds. What are you going to do?
Fast as hell.
Zephyr nearly has his Blink Dagger now. That is before Boomy... Well, actually, doesn't Boomy have it flying in right now? Yes, he does. So, same time for both the 4 supports, but one of them has had a hell of a lot more space given to him, which is Boomy, and he's really counting on that Blink Dagger right now. Both of these couriers are on their way, but...
Stampede being used aggressively, defensively. Oh, stolen. My bad, my bad. Does still break the coil, and Puck is trying to play right now. Meanwhile, Roshan does drop, and they haven't managed to find the Puck. Zephyr is actually might gonna get dropped here. So Boomy finds a return kill. All right, they trade Roshan for a kill into Zephyr. Worth it? No. Will they take it? They'll have to. Will they be happy about it?
Yes.
Probably indifferent. Meanwhile, Bok, because he is feeling a bit like a chicken right now, getting jumped on constantly, although they managed to get the Shallow Grave out, and he's just going to try and run away, but unfortunately with the disruption coming down, and Wymo's not even bothered. They're looking for the bigger kills. They're looking for Mac in the middle lane. They know he doesn't have the Shallow Grave anymore because he already used it onto the hero and he's dead. Meanwhile, Bok gets finished off by Cuckoo. He was ready to be the fielder, to catch the stray ball and finish off this very tidy play in the middle lane, as now they transition it onto a tier 3 tower. Geek fam, they're ready for the high ground. Okay, just going to TP back. They've got the X marks. Who needs boots of travel when you have a Conquer?
Yeah, those are just for the move speed, right?
Pretty much at this stage, yeah. They're not ideal. Slightly shorter cooldown on TP, can TP to creeps. It's okay. I am not writing to my mother to tell her about it though.
And honestly, at this point, Adroit need a miracle, and this looks like the same kind of game that they were playing in the previous 2 games, where it is very hard to even see a way for them back into this game. And Geek Fam is playing this very well as well. They're cutting that one wave very far forward, so even though PL is on bot lane, he's got a limited supply of creeps to work with right now. And Geek Fam are trying to wait until he gets back to his base, and then they're going to have everyone locked up.
Yeah, Geek Fam.
So either they kill him here, or they chase him out. Itsumi is waiting, but... Oh, and he got the scan off. Okay, he knows they're coming for him.
Yep. Heads up play, gets himself out, and gets himself farming up at top. So, again, just, you know, more time. They lose their middle lane of barracks, but, well, not the entire set. Still, with their melee barracks down, it now becomes more pressure onto Geek Fam, so it continues to ramp up and up and up.
Yes, with the PL gone from the bottom lane, you can see they can just easily transition into the bottom tower, and of course, look at where he is right now. He's behaving like the entire team is behind him. It's not... He's just a Leshrac with a haste rune, and he's out of there.
See ya, nerds. Yeah, Carl fears no man, no hero, no creep, no tower. Carl feels nothing as they continue just to take everything they want from the map. Bottom tier 2 tower shall fall. This BKB Conquer cannot be taken on right now, but they might not have a choice. High ground is being threatened. They're coming back for it. The only one not here right now is the Bane, who's using this time to get some cheeky little wards up. Meanwhile, Bok's going to jump in, stomp, and double edge, but unfortunately there's a boat heading his way as well. Going to throw down the Stampede, but it's going to be enough to keep him alive. No, it is not. He's going to get dropped. Another look forward to Moss. Yeah, that's going to be the next target. He's going to turn around, throw it down, but unfortunately, it's going to buy them space to get out, but unfortunately, they're just going to be on the high ground. And now, well, Natsumi's going to come flying in to this Pangolier, who is caught inside the Fiend's grip, but for what cause? As Carl's able to jump on the sidelines, finish off the Bane. He does nothing, uses his ultimate and does nothing. Carl may be in a bit of trouble right now, but he's got the Aegis. He doesn't even care. He's happy to play this way. Natsumi trying to play around the sidelines here, but he can't even find a way into this fight. Shadowgrave out onto Mac, but with the stomp, with the damage, can they finish the job? Mac's going to keep him alive for the time being. Can't dive into the fountain for it. Now Natsumi trying to find his opening here, trying to find a way to get some damage off onto Raven, but Raven is just so damn tanky. He chonk. There's nothing they can do as a tier 2 tower starting to get taken down here. I mean, they're slowly running out of health. Maybe there's a chance for Adroit here. Raven, he doesn't have the Aegis, and he is going to die. Finally, Natsuki finding his players. They run onto Whiteman here. Whiteman's going to drop as well. 2 heroes dead on the side of Geek Fam. Now they need to get themselves out. Adroit finally manages to abuse their lineup enough to bring down 2 heroes on Geek Fam. It's something to keep this game going. It's still grim.
Yeah.
It's definitely still grim, but getting a kill onto the Conquer, that is key. Maybe they can look for more from this. It really depends on how they play the next 2 minutes of this game. We'll see what they can do.
Okay, is he dead here? They're being extremely careful on Adroit, but
this
yes,
is not good.
Cuckoo's coming in for
Train
the
might be leaving the
rescue.
station, but no, Cuckoo comes in trying to save the day. He's still low here. They're trying to finish the job, but this is a man with an Aegis, and Cuckoo's just doing a great job. Distract them on the sideline. Seems like he's happy just to kind of throw his body at them, allow the Leshrac to get away. They don't want to chase a low health Leshrac because he does have that Aegis. There's just no point. They'll let him live. Not long left on the Aegis anyways, so yeah, just wait it out. Just wait it out.
Most of the play is rather unnecessary from Geek Fam. If you contrast that to how Adroit played out the games in those other 2 series, there is definitely more discipline on that team right now. Geek Fam used all of their mana in that base fight on chasing down heroes instead of focusing down the buildings. And then K over positioning on that mid lane.
Maybe Bok in some trouble. He's going to get run down once again here, and yeah, Stampede returns straight at him. It's going to take some time, but Bok shall fall. He's just trying to buy as much as he can with this one, but unfortunately, the end of his life is nigh, and Geek Fam will be munching on some Centaur steaks this evening.
That was a boat on just a bunch of PL illusions. That made me kind of question mark at the start there, but yeah. Geek Fam has basically returned to their position before that disastrous base fight. Well, disastrous. They got out okay there, but losing Raven is never fun for them.
No.
They're back in the same position. It's 2 minutes later. You get out another glyph. It's time for them to break this high ground though, because this PL is working on his heart now. And that is the point where, while it's not going to be disastrous for Geek Fam yet, it's going to be a lot harder to actually get those illusions out. And they also have a repair kit, I see them. Lucky bastards.
Yeah, it's a pretty fortunate pickup in this style of game. Get a bit of health back on that tower, give it a bit of armor when they're pushing. All helps a lot. Geek Fam, they are feeling pretty relaxed about this one. As you say, you know, it's a wide open window. It's not a tight timing. It is getting close to the stage where they will have to worry about this Phantom Lancer, but they still seem pretty relaxed about this game, not trying to push anything too hard, and are just collecting their tier 3 items and keeping the waves pushed in and keeping Adroit somewhat starved. That is what their game plan's been all along. And PL, he's still quite a decent way behind the Conquer and the Leshrac, but at the end of the day, they are a Conquer and a Leshrac.
Yes.
PL is...
Well, there's an AC up on Raven right now. This is pretty much go time again. They tanked up the Lesh a bit with a Bloodstone. He's got a Shivas as well. He's ready to stand his ground and push some buildings, and the same goes for this Kunkka right now. So once they get up onto that high ground, it's going to be extremely hard to remove them again. But they first got to get there, and it seems like they want to get an entrance kill. Right now, Raven is smoked up, moving towards Bok. His smoke's going to pop any second now. He's going to know someone's in the trees.
Hide. Bok and Boomy. They got to go separate directions so that they don't both get caught, and it looks like they'll both be successful in getting out of this one. Fair enough. Meanwhile, Stampede being used. What are they looking for here? They're looking for anything? Just 8 bounties? Okay. Whatever.
They knew Carl was still somewhere around there. They were hoping he was still overextended, so they just popped that off. It's got a low cooldown.
Yeah, Fiend's Grip on the bounty rune was the play they were looking for, I believe. I think you're right. So, yeah, not getting much, but I mean, it's only Stampede.
And, yeah, I can't say that I'm quite concerned, but Geek Fam is not really closing their hold just yet. I think that they might be waiting for Roshan at this point, which is, well, one of the few places actually where I think Adroit could fight them. If you get a good coil up in there, the center gets a nice stomp, it is possible to, at the very least, contest, although I gotta say that the Lash Kunga combination is so strong in tight spaces like that, and that's a stolen center ult.
Yeah, Puck managing to play with him quite nicely here. Boomy even going to throw down the ultimate, try and get himself up, but the X-Marks has come out onto him, and this is probably going to put an end. Although, got the phase shift, and waits just about long enough. They're throwing so many spells into the air, so they can grab this Puck, but Boom will be able to get himself to safety. Not bad. Not bad. Adroit, they are really dragging this one out, actually. I mean, how long have we been saying? Yeah, Geek Fam, they're about to go high ground. Any minute now, Geek Fam are going high ground. Oh, Geek Fam, yeah, what? Any second. And we're now at the 31-minute mark. PL, he's running up on that heart at a rather alarming rate. Meanwhile, they've got him inside the torrent. He didn't see the X marks on his illusion, I don't think, but he's going to send those little doppelgangers down just to try and finish off the tower. Stampede being thrown out to try and get that PL away. Nobody else really matters. It's just the PL. They need to get to safety. Meanwhile, off in the side lanes, they're actually going to go for a play onto Bok here. And Bok, once again, dragging 2 heroes away, peeling them off. He's going to go for the TP, but there is Zephyr nearby with the lift, and they've got the split earth anyway, so Bok's going to lose his life. Meanwhile, they're just kind of trading Bok's life for a bit more space on the map. You know, what does this net worth graph look like? Can we see that?
It should be pretty flattened out right now.
Yeah, it's starting to plateau a little bit, but Roshan could be the thing they need to start pushing it up a bit higher, or maybe even finding the ending to this game somewhat. We'll see.
Yes, this should be it. I imagine that it's going to go to K again. They're going to put him up on the high ground once more, and it's going to be extremely hard to dislodge him. Like, one of the places where the heart doesn't really work is if you just have to defend buildings and they don't care about you.
Yeah, because by the time you've stepped back and regened your health, then they've done a ton of damage to your building. They're kind of doing what they wanted to do from going high ground in the first place. So yeah, this heart would be better if they can take a fight outside of base, but at the same time, I think they might need that high ground advantage, especially when they're fighting into an Aegis. But again, you know, they're just doing so much, Adroit, to prolong the game, extend where they can. And it's working so far, but
yes.
Yeah, Aegis now in hand. Surely Geek Fam are going to find a way to go high ground soon, right, Kips?
They have to, and here's the smoke. So that one's saved up. Raven's once again leading the charge, and oh no, they're going to find Mac here, aren't they?
I think so. Although
no,
that said,
misses.
Spider Legs with Stampede just means he can run over cliffs. Wait, what? No, don't stay for the D-Ward. Don't stay for the D-Ward. Oh, Jesus, this is so greedy. The Xbox out onto him. He's got a BKB, though, but, I mean, is that how you want to be popping it for a D-Ward? Well,
no.
I don't know.
No,
thank you. Thank you, Gibbs. Helping me out there. Meanwhile, Boomy, I think he can maybe play the same game, but not quite happening, and these are not kills for space anymore. These are not kills to buy time. This was a kill just for the sake of a kill. It's a BKB for the sake of a BKB, and now, despite the existence of this repair kit, Greek Fam are up on the high ground. Geek Fam. Greek Fam. That's not this region.
It is definitely not this region. So yeah, K up on the high ground. Zephyr, moving into...
Dazzle! He's got beaten down. He doesn't have that BKB. The one purchased onto him as well. He's trying to heal himself up as best he can. There's that BKB coming off cooldown. Thank you, Bad Juju. Meanwhile, they're going to throw down the ultimate from the Bane onto Cuckoo, trying to control him up. Bok is going to die on the front lines. He's got a buyback, going to throw it out here. Natsumi's still trying to find his entrance into this fight, but whilst he's waiting to find his opening, the barracks are falling. Range racks are down. Melee barracks heading the same way as well. It's starting to fall, and it is not looking great for the side of Adroit. Natsumi, what can you do? He's waiting. In they go with the storm. This is the start of the fight they're looking for. Bok's taking damage, but it might be able to bring down Whitemon, but Whitemon's going to disrupt himself, and Bok is the one in trouble. In comes the saving grace from the Dazzle. Meanwhile, Whitemon does go down in the backlines, but Bok is going to trade his life for that one. Meanwhile, Cuckoo in some trouble. Essence Ring helping him out a little bit, but the PL, he's getting work done, but now he needs to run. X marks out is onto him. He's in some trouble. Is he going to die here, though? He's got the Shallow Grave coming out nice and early. He's got to try and continue to fight, as he has buyback. It could be something, and he will continue just to spam out these doppels. K is running out of mana, by the way. This could be trouble. I think he kind of wants to die here so he can get that mana back, but they're just ignoring him and going for the sidelines. Zephyr's going to drop here. Now they look towards K, finish him off. Raven try to go for the TP. What? He's going to get killed off as well. Adroit, they lose their barracks, but they find themselves a whole bunch of kills. But hold the phone, they might not be done, because in comes Cuckoo on the backlines, isolating Carl and allowing him to nearly finish off CML. Not able to quite do it, but they're holding. Geek fam, they get the barracks. You know, it's worth it still. The trade is costly, but it's worth it still to get those barracks. Adroit, what are the chances now? What are we saying, Kips?
They still have 2 buybacks, though. The window is definitely getting narrower. This Phantom Lancer, thanks to these kills here, has about enough money for his next item, and he's going to go into damage now. These fights are going to be shorter, for sure, and...
Less 25.
Oh, that is so much damage as well.
Yeah, this makes a big difference, I think. Not so much when the PL's around. His Illusion's going to do a great job in tanking those up, but when you come to, you know, the PL backing out to get his heart regen, like we mentioned before, that is now going to be not a thing. You know, if the PL backs out to get his heart regen, your buildings is going to drop.
Okay, storming up to top here. Is he going to just... CML's wisely backing out there.
An unwanted nap for Carl. But yeah, this final lane now getting pushed in by Geek fam. They don't need to wait for an Aegis anymore. They've decided it's go time, baby. Let's finish this one up. Geek fam, they are looking to draw out the series 2 for 2 in the next couple of minutes. But
the Lash 25, as you said, is enough of a power spike to go for this. And they notice now that, you know, Adroit is still playing around this Aegis anyway. You were talking about it in the last fight where they just are running around K with who has no mana left, trying to just make him into a range creep basically. So right now they might be able to go for him, but he is going to be dealing all that damage in the time that they're doing that. So
one thing I want to mention, Dazzle, he's Dazzle has pushed out this bottom wave, right, which has forced back the X-Mark TPs. It's not a big deal, but in this time he's been pushing out with his Necrobook. He's managed to find himself a side of Vice. This could be really critical in the next fight. That Hex does a lot for Adroit in terms of locking heroes down, especially the last track without the Aegis. If you can grab that Hex out onto him and bring him down at a key point in this fight, then this could be absolutely critical for Adroit finding the turnaround. I feel like this is maybe the missing puzzle piece for their draft, which they might need to take a proper fight right now. Is it enough? Yes. I think we're about to find out.
It could be. Like, I don't think you can mouse over it right now, but I'll do that for you. That is a 14-second cooldown on that Scythe of Ice on the Dazzle. It's, you know, not quite the same as a multicast Scythe of Ice, but he's going to use that several times in a fight.
Yeah, that's gonna suck. That's a bad juju effect though. Along with BKB, the spider legs, and the Necrobook as well. I've always got a shovel in his backpack. Has he been shoveling this whole game, fighting bounty runes? If so, that's some mad commitment right there to the bounty rune life.
I don't know. You want TP scrolls, man. That's the real deal right now.
Well,
I think that change actually.
Go on.
Yeah, go ahead. I just wanted to wax lyrical about how much better the shovel is now, just in order to get those TP scrolls. Whitemon is running around with 9 TP scrolls right now. He's so happy. He hasn't had to spend money on those.
Yeah, I think we all want to wax lyrical sometimes, though. That man's getting too hairy.
That's
I'm just kidding. You're a beautiful man. Your beard is beautiful, Lyric.
He's a big bear.
Adroit. Movements down to the bottom side of the map. They're looking for a bit of action of their own here, seeing if they can push out this wave. They get the X marks to TP back, then they might be able to find something. I'm wondering, do they have enough time to kill somebody if they X marks to try to push back the wave? It doesn't seem likely, does it? No. The heart now.
Especially not because you can always just cast the X marks to pull someone out again. And Cage is up on high ground. Look at that tower melts.
Yeah, Jesus, this is intense. This is what I call the bungee cord strap. Strap in K, send him in, use that edict, and then come and ping him back out whenever you need. Meanwhile, bottom though, the push is coming, and they might have actually found Bok here. This isn't good. Oh my goodness, look at the damage! This is doing so much. The edict tearing through the Centaur. 50 seconds on his death timer. They will have to defend without him.
There is no buyback in him. All of
Nope.
those buybacks are down right now. Except
Yep.
for the Bane.
The Dazzle
people?
is on. He doesn't have enough money for it. If he could somehow find 1,100 gold in this fight, then he'd go buyback. But that's a bit unrealistic, I think.
Yes.
High
I think a lot of
expectations.
this is gonna come down to that Hex. I'm actually surprised that K has been showing on bot for so long. Like, one of the things that Geek Fam doesn't have right now is a Lotus Orb or Lincolns. So you can hex people and you can keep them hexed.
Here we go again, it's
and
Bungie
sleep as
time,
well.
baby. Don't look at Carl, look at the tower. The Yules comes down, so he's going to be trapped on the high ground a little bit here. They're slowing him down, they're trying to break him down. Now they're going to use the Fiend's Grip as well, but the BKB is out from Carl, meaning it's hard for him to take any damage here, and it is just going to be a wasted Fiend's Grip as Carl is happily just skipping around on the high ground. Tower down to about a quarter HP as they go in with the 3-man coil. Not bad. Now the Poison Touch going to follow up as well as Natsumi gets to work. Pop that BKB, trying to take down Kuka. They've got the Hex out onto him. Can they bring down the Pangolier in time? He's surviving. He's up to the high ground. He's living, and now he's going to pop the Rolling Thunder and come flying back into this fight, disrupting Bok and Natsumi as they are taking care of the backline. CML has dropped, but buys back into this one. Mac meanwhile in trouble. The Dazzle taken out of this fight. No escape for him. And now Natsumi finds himself a little bit alone, but still able to find himself a way through to the backline to this fight. It's the Puck who's in trouble. Yules is out. He's got an orb heading over, and he's going to be able to jump to it. So Boomy will survive. They only lose the Dazzle. It's something they're holding on. But every single engagement, they're just losing a little bit more. Fractions, increments, percentiles of their base are just slowly getting chipped away. It's a slow death. It's a torturous death. But Geek Fam, they're playing it great.
This Lesh is coming back with full mana. No stopping him now.
Yeah, what's up, boys? What are you going to do this time? You popped your BKBs. You've popped your items. You don't have 2 heroes up. Mega Creeps, they belong to Geek Fam, and they are not done. They're coming in forwards here. They've got the Puck. They've got the Torrent out onto him. The Nightmare might help him out and save a little bit longer, but... Oh, he actually gets a blink. All right, fair enough. Cool. But, I mean, still, buying time. Natsumi on the backlines, though. He's going to pop that BKB and try and find somebody here, but he's all alone. They're trying to make their way over. The rest of his team trying to meet him as Bog jumps in, trying to get a stun. They stun K up, but meanwhile, the rest of the team have to back away, and Phantom Lance with a double on Tim can't actually turn to this fight until Demonic Purge is gone. Now they come flying back through. Meanwhile, it's an extremely split fight for now. Maybe this could save them, but Buck and the backline is going to get bound. They can take advantage of the space he's made on the front lines of this fight. No, because K is rampaging through 2 heroes, taking down them both. Dazzle is coming back in 1 second. It's going to be a 3-man defense, but 3 on 5. The math simply does not add up for Adroit. It is not looking good. It's a desperate move. Natsumi just flying in, but the Ancient is starting to fall, and it looks like Geek Fam will be able to finish this one up as Natsumi drops along with the Ancient. GG. Geek Fam take game number 4, equaling out the series to a 2-2. Wow. Another pretty exciting game.